It is fall and it is the perfect time for casseroles. I mean, I love a good casserole all year long, but something about the fall and winter just screams warm comfort food, so that's what we're bringing you today. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy and this is Mandy in the Making. Just a little disclaimer, all of the recipes that you're gonna see were filmed last week prior to Hurricane Helene. We finished filming on Thursday night and then Hurricane Helene hit our area early Friday morning, and then we were without power for over a week. So with that being said, I just wanted to thank you again for reaching out and checking on us during that time. We felt the love, for sure. We missed y'all, we are so glad to be back. But when you're seeing all of the food and the things, just know that it was filmed prior to all of that. And because of Hurricane Helene, we lost everything in our fridge. We were able to keep a generator going on our freezer, but we had to replace a lot of things from our fridge. And that's where Thrive Market comes in. They are the sponsor of today's video. I'll tell you more about them in a little bit, but they are amazing, and it was just so much easier to be able to restock a lot of the things that we lost by ordering through Thrive Market. For our first casserole, we are going to make a chili mac casserole. Chili mac is a favorite for so many people and it's a comfort food, but we're gonna do a twist on it and we're gonna give it like this spicy edge to it. You'll see, we're gonna kind of do it Southwestern style, so let's do it. Okay, to get started, I'm gonna preheat my oven. We need to preheat it to 375, and then I've also got some water started here on the stove. We're gonna bring it up to a boil because we are gonna cook our macaroni noodles in this. We're gonna mince 3 cloves of garlic. So I've got a medium onion. I cut it in half. We're just gonna use our chopper here just to make things quick and easy. And to bring in those Southwest flavors, we've got a couple of chipotle peppers in adobo sauce that Steven is chopping up really quickly that we're gonna be adding to the sauce. Our water has come up to a boil, so I'm gonna add in our macaroni. I'm doing half of this recipe, so I'm not adding in quite a cup of macaroni. And I've got the skillet warming over here. We just need this skillet and that pot for this recipe, which is very nice. This is warming up. Let's add in a pound of ground beef. I'm gonna start to break this up, and then we're gonna add in our onion. Our diced onion is going in, as well as our garlic. Our beef is pretty much done. This was 90-10. That's ready. This was 90-10, so yeah, there's a little bit of grease in there, but I ain't too worried about it. We're just gonna roll on, okay? Now, the recipe calls for 14 ounces of diced tomatoes. We're gonna use fire roasted to kind of beef up the whole Southwestern feel to it. And you don't drain these, just add that straight in. And let's add in our chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. Tomato paste going in. We're gonna do a couple of tablespoons, 1, 2, that's about right. Let's stir this around and just see. I don't love tomato paste by itself, so we may add some tomato juice to this, just seeing how creamy it is. We're gonna add in just a little bit of this tomato juice. That should be good. Just to give it a little more creaminess, a little more liquid in there. Now I need to grab our pinto beans. In goes some pinto beans. The recipe called for kidney beans, but we don't love kidney beans around here. And so we just used some of these pintos. I did rinse and drain them. The full recipe calls for this entire can, so I'm not gonna do quite all of it. There we go. So now that we've got our diced chilies in there, I'm just gonna make sure all of this is mixed together. This is done, so let's drain this. Just gonna cool it off a little bit. Before we add in our macaroni, let's add in some salt and pepper. Gonna add in maybe a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of chili powder, and then only about a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Now let's add in our macaroni. I'm gonna turn this off because this is about to go in the oven. I'm gonna put a lid on it because it does need to be covered in the oven. The recipe says to bake it for 25 to 30 minutes, but everything in here is already cooked. So it's gonna be more like 10 minutes that we're gonna do. But at the end, we'll cover it in some cheese. But first, let's put the lid on it. It has been 10 minutes. So let's take this out, take the lid off, and we're gonna top it with some Mexican blend cheese. The recipe calls for 2 cups. We don't have quite 2 cups, but we did do half of the recipe, so that should be fine. We're just gonna use what's left in this bag. It's going back in uncovered for just about, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes. We just want it to melt, and then it'll be time to eat.
Let's see what we got.
Chili mac casserole. We'll call it a casserole. It's pretty much just chili mac, but hey, we'll call it a casserole.
That is good. Spicy, smoky. It's definitely different from the chili macs I've had in the past.
Good.
It's got just a hint of that smoky chipotle flavor.
Yeah.
It's not like overpowering
Good.
chipotle flavor.
Right.
Which is really good, but I love I love all of the textures in here. The tomatoes, the fire roasted tomatoes, delicious.
Good.
Definitely an elevated chili mac
Okay.
from most of the chili macs I've had in my life.
Yeah.
You know, chili mac used to be a thing that guys in the military always wanted when we got in the MREs. The MREs.
Yeah.
Chili mac was one of the things.
Was one of the best ones?
One of the better ones, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna dig in, y'all. I'll be back. Yeah, this is the perfect warm you up meal
Yeah,
on those chilly nights of fall.
absolutely. Comfort food. Come inside from a cold
Yeah.
day or whatever.
It's a little spicy, just a heads up.
Yeah.
This particular version that we did, it's a little spicy, but it's so good. I love it. So flavorful. When I went to the grocery store today to get some items, I noticed that a lot of the items that I ordered in my Thrive Market box were not on the shelves at our grocery store because everyone is having to restock their fridge, all of their stuff. So I'm so thankful that Thrive Market made it super easy for me to get those items. If you are not familiar, Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. We have so many favorites from Thrive Market, so many pantry favorites, snack favorites. I'm gonna share some of that with you now. The more and more I learn about ingredients and all of those things, the more thankful I am for Thrive Market because I can shop thousands of the best organic brands and get the best products for the best prices. And when I say the best prices, I mean they have guaranteed savings. And if you find that item priced somewhere else a little bit lower, they will match the price. Here's a snack food that we love. I haven't tried this particular one. This is the garlic and herb. These are the pretzel crisp bites, so they're small. The spicy ranch is very, very good. But the garlic and herb, I'm looking forward to trying. When I tell Steven I'm about to do a Thrive Market order, this is all he's concerned about every single time. These are beef sticks. They are the Thrive Market brand. He loves them. I say he loves them. Cole loves them too. And I don't mind them. They're good. But he is always wanting me to put this in my order. So anytime I tell him I'm doing a Thrive Market order, he's like, you know. I mentioned that it is a membership based, and it is. You can either join month to month and pay $12 per month, or you can do like we do and just renew it once a year. You pay annually $59.95. That comes out to $5 a month. It's worth it. We used the last of our tomato sauce here recently, so I needed to get some more of that. I love their tomato sauce. Another must in our household is to have pickled jalapenos all the time because Steven puts it on just about everything. Because we lost so many things from the fridge, I had a pretty big order this time, but anytime your order hits a $49 threshold, your order is gonna ship for free, which is great. I already mentioned I was so excited to be able to shop from the comfort of my own home, restocking the fridge, but I also love the fact that for every paid annual membership, they give a membership to a family in need. So with their Thrive Gives initiative, they make it possible for low-income families, nurses, teachers, veterans to have access to the most amazing organic products out there. We are stoked about making the Mississippi burgers again, and we needed some more pepperoncinis, so got those. I could talk on and on about Thrive Market, but if you're interested in checking it out for yourself, when you use my link below, which is just thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking, when you join today, you're gonna get 30% off of your first order, plus you're gonna get a free gift worth up to $60. Their free gifts are good, y'all. So give it a try and stop going to the grocery stores looking for the better for you products and just sit on your couch and look through Thrive Market and find everything that you need at unbeatable prices. Thank you, Thrive Market, for continuing to support my channel and sponsoring today's video. Okay, we are starting on the second casserole, and in full disclosure, I have to tell you, yesterday when I was filming, I had a lot of anxiety. I don't know what was going on with me. And then today, I've just been trying my hardest to have a good day in light of recent events. But I got a phone call, and that phone call was to tell me that my girl had been returned to our vet and was ready for me to pick up. We have this beautiful urn that has Gracie Lou in it, and the waterworks started. And it's been a tough day ever since then. It feels good to bring her home, as weird as that may sound. It feels good to have her here. I'm going to put her in our bedroom on my nightstand, but for right now, she's gonna hang out in the kitchen with me while I cook. I know this is odd. This is not something that most people would probably do, but it brings me comfort. Moving on. Tonight we are having a sausage and rice casserole. And you know, we've done versions of this over and over again. I love it because it's pretty much like a pantry meal, meaning you can kind of change it up however you want. Tonight we're gonna give it more of an Italian flair, but we are using very simple ingredients, most of which you probably already have in your pantry, so let's get started. For this recipe, we are using 12 ounces of chicken sausage. It's the Italian kind. You could use a turkey sausage. You could use Italian sausage, just like ground pork sausage. You would just have to cook that longer because it's not pre-cooked. This is already cooked. I almost always have chicken sausage on hand. So let's slice this up. I'm gonna go preheat my skillet as well. We're gonna use our chopper. I'm using the larger, more of a chop versus the dice. This is the dice. We're gonna use this for the onion, but for our bell pepper, we have a yellow and a red. We're gonna use the larger chop. All right, that's all of that. Now, I'm gonna pop this out and put our dice in there. And you can do a small onion or half of a larger one for this recipe. All of that's done. Now I just need to mince some garlic. Whoop, that one shot out. Did you see that? You know, I should always just use my little roller to do this. I like doing that so much better. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because apparently I don't smash them hard enough. I don't know, but it drives me nuts. And now my hands are gonna smell like garlic. Let me show you the little roller I'm talking about. You just pop it in here and you roll it and the stuff comes right off. It's very nice. It's had a bad spot on it. There we go. Okay, now to mince these. Okay, let's head over to the stovetop. This is on about medium heat. Let's add about a tablespoon of olive oil. And we're just gonna brown our chicken sausage. This will take about 5 minutes. It doesn't take very long. Like I mentioned, it's already cooked. We're just heating it through. And honestly, at this point, I could have just put this in and then gone over there and diced all of this up. That would have saved some time, but you live and learn. I'm so excited about this recipe because it's using minute rice. We have this big thing of minute rice that we've been going through. I did a whole video dedicated to recipes with minute rice. I will try and remember to link that below. So if you're interested, if you like to cook with minute rice, I've got you covered. We'll need a cup of minute rice and then a cup of chicken broth to go with that. These have been cooking for about 3 minutes. Oh yeah, let's go in and turn them. They're getting some good color on one side. These are done cooking for now. We're gonna remove them to a plate lined with a paper towel. We'll get these back in a little bit, but for now, we need to cook or saute our veggies. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil in here, and in go our peppers and onions. In with our peppers and onions, I've got 1 teaspoon of dried basil. That brings in that Italian flavor. And then we're also gonna go ahead and add some salt and pepper. I'm gonna add a little more olive oil and we're just gonna let these get soft. I'll give them another 3 or 4 minutes. Now let's add in our rice. We've got 1 cup of that instant rice. You can use brown or white. Let's also add in our garlic at this point, and totally optional, but just add in a pinch of red pepper flakes just to give it a little spice if you want it. We're gonna let this cook for about 30 seconds. We're gonna coat the rice with all of the seasonings and that garlic. We're gonna let that garlic cook for about 30 seconds. It just got really fragrant in here. Okay, now let's add in our chicken broth. We've got 1 cup, and we're gonna add in a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes in their juices. We're gonna bring this to a boil. So I'm gonna turn it up to more like medium high heat, and we're gonna let this come up to a good little boil. And I don't know if I mentioned, but you want low sodium chicken broth if you can get that. That did not take long. Now we're gonna cover it. I think we need to reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. It has been 5 minutes, so let's remove our lid, a little steamy, and into our rice goes our Italian chicken sausage. All right, so let's distribute that pretty evenly. And then I'm gonna put the lid back on this. We're gonna turn off the heat and I'm gonna move it over and let it sit off of the heat for another 5 minutes. Then it's gonna be time to eat. What's up, commentator?
What's up? Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Somebody was taking a nap. They had no sleep last night.
Didn't get no shut-eye.
So he's a little out of it right now because I had to go wake him up to come eat dinner.
Was on the struggle bus.
You were on the struggle bus.
I was. But this looks good. It smells delicious.
Yes. Enjoy.
Wow, that's good.
So, what type of flair does it have to it?
Interesting. I mean, a little bit of an Italian flair.
There you go. Yep.
For sure.
Got basil, and then we got parsley on top, Italian sausage. I threw a little bit of red pepper in there. Not much. You got it? Yeah.
Just a little tiny bit of spiciness.
Yeah.
Really good. Great Italian flavors for sure.
Good.
Really good. Very delicious.
Awesome.
I love I love chicken sausage.
Chicken sausage is just so versatile. It's just
so good.
quick for
Yeah.
dinner. I mean, this was a 30-minute meal.
Yeah, this is really, really good.
Yeah. Well, good.
Very tasty.
I'm glad you like it.
Love the peppers and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have an Italian vibe to it.
Good.
Very
All right.
delicious.
You enjoy. I'm gonna dig in. It's so pretty too.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple but very tasty. It's simple flavors, but they all really mesh well together.
Yeah, kind of rustic Italian, you know.
I also love that we were able to use minute rice because it made it super fast and all in one skillet in under 30 minutes. That's my kind of casserole. Because a lot of times you think about casseroles and you think, I gotta bake it for an hour. That ain't the case with this one. It is super rainy here and kind of chilly. We are waiting for Hurricane Helene to make her unwanted appearance. And in prep for that, we're gonna have a very comforting casserole tonight. This one, a version of it, dates back to the 1950s. This is called King Ranch Chicken Casserole, and it is ultimate comfort food. So let's make it. Now, if you have a rotisserie chicken or if you have some leftover chicken, this would be the casserole to use it in because you need cooked chicken. Obviously, ours is not cooked yet, but we're gonna do it in the air fryer because that's our favorite way. I've got 2 large chicken breasts here. I'm gonna cut them in half because they are so large. Okay, these 3 are pretty good. I'm gonna pound this one out just a little bit because it's a little bit thicker. So we covered it with a little bit of the cling wrap, and I'm just going to kind of make sure they're all even. Excuse me, sir.
Tear it up.
I mean, frustrations released. So let's go in with a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of poultry seasoning, and a little paprika. Never hurt to throw some of that in there too, you know? And let's flip them and do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna preheat our air fryer to 380.
So we got some gadgetry out today, folks.
We do.
Cheese graters and choppers
Tell you what,
and a floury knife. You gotta have that.
the floury knife just makes it so much better.
Floury.
Flowery.
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 Okay.
All right.
So I've got this bell pepper. It calls for a green bell pepper, but I had red and yellow that I needed for another recipe. And you know how you can buy them in like the red, yellow, and orange? We're gonna pretend it's green, okay? And then I've got a medium-sized yellow onion. I'm gonna chop it up so that we can put it into our little contraption over here. Ta-da! This is done preheating. I'm gonna spray it with just a little bit of oil. It's like playing Tetris, trying to fit them all in here, but they're gonna go in at 380. We'll start at 12 and see if we need to add more time.
I have to admit, this is one of my favorite parts right here. I love watching this cheese shredder.
You know who else used to love watching the cheese shredder? Maybe one day it'll get easier, maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time.
Let's preheat our oven to 350. Let's get a skillet out and go ahead and warm that up. So now that this is heated, let's add a little bit of olive oil to it and add in our peppers and onions. We're just gonna let these saute for 5 minutes or so. Just gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to them, not a lot. Okay, these are gonna hang out. Let's go check on the chicken. I came over here to stir them. He said, no.
Gotta do the Stephen flip.
Do the Stephen flip. I can't do the Stephen flip. The Mandy flip is not nearly as pretty as that. So these just have a couple more minutes. So in just a second, we're gonna add all kinds of ingredients in here, including the chicken. So while we're waiting on the chicken to finish up, it's about to beep now. I'm gonna turn that down and let it hang out. Let's check the chicken and see where we're at. 167, that's a good sign. I'm trying to go to the fattest part. We're good. Okay, let's take this out and chop it. Okay, so we just need chopped chicken, about 2 cups worth. Easier said than done. You're trying to do all of it at once.
You're doing a great job.
You gotta say it right.
Great job.
We're gonna add in our chopped chicken, a can of cream of chicken soup, a can of cream of mushroom soup. You need a can of Rotel. We have the fire roasted. It did not say to drain it, so I'm not gonna worry about draining it. Put that in there. We need some garlic powder. It says 2 pinches of garlic powder. So I'm just gonna go with that. We need about a teaspoon of chili powder. And let me get that. The counter's clean. We're good. All right, and a little more salt and pepper. Let's combine all of this together. I can go ahead and turn this off. We don't need the heat anymore. We're about to assemble it all in a casserole dish, along with a couple other ingredients. I just want to get this really good and incorporated first. That's good to go. Let's move over and assemble our casserole. So the recipe calls for 12 corn tortillas, and I was just placing an Instacart order so I could go pick it up at Food Lion. I didn't realize how small my tortillas were. It's the street tacos one. So we're gonna have to use more than 12, I have a feeling, but you get the idea. So we just need to tear the pieces up and just kind of layer it here on the bottom. I will be sure to go through and kind of get it all in one layer. Okay, that should be good for the bottom. Now we're gonna put in 1/3 of this mixture over here, this chicken mixture. We're just gonna plop that on top of there. Now let's put some cheddar cheese on top, and then we'll repeat the layers a couple more times. You don't have to worry about it covering everything completely. It's not supposed to. It's gonna kind of be a loosely covered second layer and third layer. My boat oar is coming in handy. For those of you who don't have a spurtle, I highly recommend them. I love them. Somebody replied though, "Are you using a boat oar?" And I thought that was funny. I kind of am. All right, let's top it with the rest of the cheese. This is going in a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. So we'll see y'all then. You giving Cole the look, like trying to figure out whether it's good or not?
It looks good.
Wait.
It smells
Before
good.
you take your bite, let's see what this guy says. He was
Just eat it.
He was a little iffy. He was like, "Am I gonna like this?"
Oh my goodness.
All right.
I can't take no more. Go ahead. Exactly.
Wow.
I
That
did not
is
expect
really.
that.
I did not expect that either. I was on like I wasn't suspicious about it, but
You were just like,
I
"It'll
was
be
just
fine.
like, you know.
It'll be good."
First of all, I just want to say the flavors are amazing. I mean, like all of
Very
the,
fresh.
Yeah, creamy,
Mm-hmm.
just loaded with flavor, packed full of flavor. But then the tortilla comes in, and it's like this kind of like this sweet sort of corn flavor that comes in there. That is amazing.
I'm so glad that you like it, Cole. You seriously had your doubts, didn't you? I'm so happy that you like it. All right, you two chow down. It's my turn to chow down. I'll be back. Cole says it tastes like a cheesy taco. I ain't mad at that. So let's give this a try. Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, you gotta blow it up.
Give me a second.
What I'll tell you.
It tastes like a cheesy taco. Cheesy chicken taco. Oh my goodness. The creaminess of the soups in there is great, but you don't necessarily taste the soups that are in there.
Right. Yeah, I don't get the cream of mushroom soup. But
It just makes it creamy.
It just makes it creamy. Yeah, absolutely.
This is delicious.
Warming too.
And we were thinking, oh, maybe we should add some more cheese to the top. You didn't need to.
Right. And there's a little
plain.
spice in there as well,
Yeah.
but it's not overpowering at all.
Well, we got that rotel. You can get the mild rotel if you want to. I got the medium, which was fire roasted. Perfect amount for us. Man, that is good. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go check out Thrive Market. You just go to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking, and when you become a member today, you're going to save 30% off of your first order, plus you're going to get a free gift worth up to $60. I will see y'all next time. Bye.